Hey guys, get your drink. This one's gonna be a good one. We're just gonna chat. I'm outside, the wind's blowing, the birds are chirping, the squirrels are playing, and it's just a nice, beautiful day out today. And I thought, why not film outside? I hope you can hear me just fine. If not, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to not run out of storage before I get done talking. With that being said, disclaimer, this video is not gonna be edited. It's probably gonna be a long one. I just need to vent because, boy, can I tell you, it's been a rough couple of few months, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And this video is not only for me to look back on, but it's also for you guys to know, like, you're not alone. Because if anything I have learned in the Air Force is you're not alone. And it sure as hell does seem like it. It does. Even here, when I know for a fact, like, if I wanted to talk to someone, I could. But at the same time, you don't really trust people, and you can't just go up to anyone and talk to them. So yeah, you're not alone. Grab your drink. I have mine. I got the iced venti peppermint mocha, iced, no whipped cream, light ice. This is my favorite drink when it comes out. This is like all I have gotten. So where do I even begin? Honestly, let's just, how I feel. I feel absolutely angry, pissed off, stressed, depressed, and anxious, all the feelings, honestly. The wind just wants to blow today, doesn't it? Of all the days. I mean, it's nice out, not complaining, but it's like, really, wind? Am I gonna be able to film? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I feel all the feelings right now, and it sucks because all I want to do is break stuff and freaking punch a bag or something. I want to punch stuff, I want to break shit, I want to just basically throw a tantrum. Like, if only I could do that, but I can't, and I have no idea how to get my anger out. I really don't. A lot of people say, oh, working out might help them, but it doesn't help me. Maybe like a little bit, but gotta do what I can for right now, and then when I get home I can do what I want. So let's kind of start there. I'm going home, thank the Lord, because I hate it here. Do not join the military, do not join the Air Force. No, I'm just kidding. My situation is just, it hasn't been good. Ever since graduating basic training, it has not been good for me. And also, disclaimer, if I say anything in this video, like, all opinions are mine and not those of the Air Force. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I wouldn't recommend joining the Air Force, especially security forces, unless you know for a fact you want to hurt people, you want to be physically fit, you want to do 12 plus hours work days, shoot guns, do CADM or K9. Like, if you want to do that stuff, then security forces will be for you. You know, if you really want to be physically, mentally, and emotionally challenged every day, then the job's for you. Tech school is gonna be fun for you. But if you're one of those people like me that just kind of wants to fit in, wants to just, you know, kind of just get by, it's not gonna be for you, girl. Let me just tell you, it's not gonna be for you if you're like me. When I first got here, basically with the shooting, basic training, I had a panic attack in basic training. I was able to calm down and then try again and do it, and I somehow managed to pass, which is great. But then, you know, that just made me worry even more during tech school. And I knew, I was like, you know what, like I chose this job, like I need to do it. I signed a contract, you know, all the things that people tell you. You know, you signed a contract, you made a promise, yada, 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 all that stuff, right? But to what extent is it enough to, like, when can you call it quits? And for me personally, that's when I just kept having panic attacks when it comes to like shooting, the sound, like everything within just the weapons. There's like a fly and it's not moving. Anyway, yeah, I tried. I really did. I mean, I did it in basic, and then the first time here in tech school, I couldn't do it, and then got washed back, tried again. I was able to do it that time, and then the other time, third time here in tech school, I had yet another panic attack. I just kept having panic attacks, and this whole time, this was like in September too, this whole time I'm questioning and fighting myself. I'm like, I don't want to do this, I hate this, but I signed a contract, I made a promise to myself that I would do everything in my power to continue, and like try my absolute best. Long story short, basically I have another panic attack, and I'm like, I can't do this. I tried. I've talked to people. I even talked to people that I went to basic training with that are here as security forces. And I'm like, what do I do? Because that whole time I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I know if I make a decision myself, I'm just gonna quit, and I didn't want that. So I asked people like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? They're like, honestly, do what what you think is best, because you can't, like, I don't know. And I was just struggling so bad because I didn't want it to be just like any other job that I had where I just quit again. But yeah, I tried again, and then I couldn't do it. It's not that I couldn't do it. It, like, I physically, my body wouldn't let me do it, and I don't know why, and I still don't know why. But I do know that I do have panic disorder now, and that disqualifies me from the Air Force, which honestly, like, I guess I'm all right with. I mean, especially now, today, present moment, I'm glad to be getting out of the Air Force. But if you think about it, I do wish a part of me could stay in the Air Force, because even though there's a lot of negatives, there's also all those positives. And I know, like, if I were to stay in, I could have my dream life in a few years. And honestly, I could deal with this for a few years just to get my dream life. I know I could. But not only do I have panic disorder, and that disqualifies me, but I also have eustachian tube dysfunction, which technically disqualifies me too, but that waiver got approved. So now I have two things that technically disqualify me. And I moved over here to get out of the sun, and now the sun is on me. So let's move again. Let's move over here, where that fly was, apparently. Anyway, where am I heading towards this? I'm kind of glad I'm getting out, because, but then I'm not. And I say I'm not because I didn't want to go back home and be where I was again before I joined. I joined the military to have better structure, discipline, have a stable income, and have all the benefits, and like actually kind of find myself, you know, because I'm 24 now. I thought, you know what, yeah, the military's for me. My mom did it, I can do it too. I want to not only make her proud, but make myself proud. But now that I'm getting out, I'm like, for the first time in my life, in the 24 years I have lived, I can officially say I have no idea what to do next. I really don't, because I keep saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but it hasn't been successful. Like YouTube, I've been doing YouTube how long, and I still am nowhere near 4,000 watch hours. But at the same time, I love making videos, and I'm always gonna make videos because I can look back on them. And I don't know, it's just, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go from here. The only thing that I can do is get a job when I get out. I mean, I know for a fact I'm always still gonna do YouTube and do my absolute best, because I do want to have YouTube be my full-time job eventually. And then, I mean, as of right now, my plan when I get out is to get a job. Number one priority, get a job. And then go to therapy. Because girl, I need therapy. I knew I needed therapy like 2-3 years ago, but my mom never listened. She never wanted to pay for it, and yeah, now here I am knowing I needed therapy this whole time. Yeah. So it's crazy because everything that I felt before joining the Air Force basically validates my reasoning and my feelings on how I have felt. Because girl, I did not know I had severe anxiety and depression and stress and all of these things until I came here into the military. I mean, I am thankful to have learned that I have all of this unresolved trauma and you know, kind of how to deal with stress and how to deal with how you're feeling when you're under stress and all of these things. But now that I'm not in training and I'm like in the process of leaving, it's like there's nothing I can do to get rid of this stress and all that. Because right now I am so pissed and angry at everything, and I just want to break shit. I know when I get out, hopefully Thanksgiving. I'm hoping either Thanksgiving or like the first week of December. I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree or somewhere cheap and buy plates, buy cups, buy breakable stuff, and just maybe a tarp too, but go somewhere and just break that stuff. Because that's actually a lot cheaper than going to a breakable room. But yeah, I want to do that. I'll be able to do my nails, I'll be able to do my hair, all of these things that we're not allowed to do here in the Air Force, let alone just the military in general, you can't do. And yeah, I mean, I realized the military wasn't gonna be for me probably like the second week in tech school. It's like, yeah, this isn't gonna be for me, especially security forces. I think I knew security forces wasn't gonna be for me in basic training, because the way I had a panic attack in basic training, and I talked to my MTI. I was like, what do I do? Like, I did this, da, 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 da. He's like, yeah, like anytime you do something for the first time, it's normal to react the way you do, which is true. It is. I have learned that, because even though I can be really scared and basically panic, and like when I was chow runner, I'll never forget that. I eventually got through it. It was easy. But okay, no, not but. Let me kind of explain. That's kind of what got me to continue trying with the weapons, because I was like, you know what? Yeah, like it's normal. Everyone says it's normal to be anxious and scared and all of these feelings the first couple times you shoot, right? But the way I was reacting physically, like without, like, I was in no control at all. Like, I was not in control of how I reacted. I was like, this can't be normal. So I asked people, I'm like, does this happen to you? Literally, I asked my dad, anyone that I knew in my life, civilian wise, if this happened to them when they shot, and here in tech school. I was like, did this happen to you? What do I do? Like, this keeps happening to me. They're like, just breathe, you know, it'll be okay, just you have to get used to it. But no, not for me. I think like the second or third time I shot, I was like, yeah, no, like this isn't for me. Like, I cannot keep getting behind a weapon and being like this. And especially with security forces, I do not want to put myself or others in danger because I keep having panic attacks. So I was like, I need to get help. Got the help, basically got diagnosed with panic disorder. And yeah, now I'm just in the process of leaving. I have no idea what to do next, really. I know I need to get a job and go to therapy. I want to try cryotherapy, all the different kinds of therapy. I want to basically find myself, like truly find myself. Like, I think this will be the first time in my life at 24 years old that I really work at truly trying to find myself. Like, working out, eating good, going to therapy, doing different kinds of therapy. Just, I need to take a deep dive into what I really enjoyed as a kid and do those things now. I need to delete social media. I need to start reading self-help books and all kinds of books. I need to start just going on hikes and doing what really fulfills me. That is my goal. So I think 2025, I'll be turning 25. It's just crazy because I'm like, I should be an adult. I feel like I should be an adult. I should be at this certain point in my life, and I'm not. And it's like, also I see, like, here in the Air Force, almost everyone is 18 and 19 years old. So it's like, the fact that they're in the military, they're doing great. They're progressing. They're definitely doing shit I wasn't doing when I was 18 or 19. I was getting in trouble, but here they are. They're actually doing their best to grow as a person, and here I am as a 24-year-old, 6-year difference between them. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I'm lost. I'm going back home. Like, what, you know? So there's definitely pros and cons to everything. I am grateful to have learned the things I have learned here. And it's just, yeah, the military for sure is not for everyone. I can definitely agree with that. It's not for everyone. And all I also have to say is, if you're trying to join, just know you know what's best for you. If you don't want to do something and the military does it, then don't do it. Like, you know you're going to be miserable. Just know too, like, yes, you can refuse to train, you can refuse things, but also know that are going to be consequences. I would say, if anything, don't refuse anything in basic training, but in tech school it is a little bit more lenient, where you can refuse, and you can talk to people. You can inflac one source. You can also talk to the sapper people. You can talk to MTLs. There are people you can talk to. You can talk to the commander. You can talk to the first sergeants. And I mean, you also have to learn, especially here in the Air Force. I don't know about the other branches, but especially here, like, you have to be careful on what you say though too. And I don't like that. I didn't come here to tiptoe around shit. I didn't come here to be even more anxious and stressed out and depressed than before I joined. And I thought joining the military was gonna, like, get me away from all that stuff, but it brought even more of that stuff into my life, and I don't want that. It's just not for me, and I do feel disappointed in myself, and I feel like I let my mom down and let everyone that believes in the military and Air Force and all these things, I feel like I let everyone down. Not only myself, but everyone. Because my mom kept saying, just do it. People are just like, just do it. But also, one thing I have learned too, it's a lot easier to say something than to actually do it. And yeah, sure, a lot of stuff is mentally blocking you or not blocking you. It is a mental game for sure. But when you physically, not even physically can't, but when your body physically won't let you do something, it's easier said than done, right? And that's where I drew the line. I was like, I can't keep doing it. Like, sure, I can mentally say I can do it, but when my body reacts differently, I have to draw a line there. I can't and I won't be behind a weapon when I'm having a panic attack. So all I can say is I actually tried. I am thankful, and I can finally say for once in my life, I 1,000% tried. I didn't give up. I tried. I gave it my 100%. And I think that is also one thing that the military teaches you is you can give it your all. You really can. But also know too that just because you give it your all doesn't mean that's where it starts or ends. It just means that you gave it your all and you tried. You did your absolute best. And now that I gave it my absolute best, now I need to bring that into my civilian life and give it my all when I do stuff, because I know I can do it. I did it here, so I can do it when I go back to civilian life. That's my rant. If you watched to the end, thank you so much. I am going to be posting more videos on finding myself as a 24-year-old. So stay tuned. I will probably see you guys when I'm civilian now. Civilian life. I don't know. Honestly, you'll see me when you see me. I'm going to try my best to post on Tuesdays and Fridays. So yeah, look forward to videos. Till then.